Buongiorno from Sicily. I'm Esther.
I'm Alfred.
We're going to go to Zeffarana Etnea for Ottobrata, a beautiful festival featuring artisan products, plenty of food, and so much fun. And then we're going to go to Sicilian Card Museum, talk to Giuseppe about his wonderful collection.
These are two beautiful events that you're going to witness. We hope you enjoy them.
During Ottobrata, all the fall produce is displayed. The apples from Etna, the prickly pears, zucca, that's not a pumpkin, it's sort of like a squash. Look at how big these olives are. Mandorla, almonds, chestnuts, and right now is the period for the pomegranates. See, he's making pomegranate juice. And look at this, the mango from Etna. Giorno. Melograno. It's, look at this ugly apple. I call them ugly apples. Grazie. More prickly pears and then the hazelnuts from Etna. Of course, the hazelnuts from the Palermo area and Polizzi Generosa specifically, we were just there, are great as well. There's the Duomo of Zeffarana, dedicated to the Virgin Mary. He works with all types of aluminum. Is it aluminum or tin? Copper.
Well, what he's doing, the technique, I believe, is called tintype.
We have a video with this guy from 2017. Spectacular. And this guy's working with wood one by one. He puts these together. Buongiorno. He's been here forever. It's so great to see all these artisan things being made right in front of us. Buono?
Al bacio.
This festival is here every Sunday, only in October, and each Sunday there's going to be pretty much the same people, same displays, same foods, except different themes. This week the theme is chestnuts. Last Sunday it was, I believe, grapes, and the prossima, the next one will be apples. All right, come with me. I have so much more to show you. This is all Sicilian salami. Questa?
Salsiccia fredda.
Look at this. Provolone. This is with the black pepper. That's hazelnut. And look at the view from the town hall. Love to see all this street art. Oh, look at this. This guy does pictures. He paints people's faces. It's her. Bella.
Thank you.
Vi informiamo.
Gaetano!
Grazie a te.
Ci vediamo, dai.
Ci vediamo, passo.
Grazie, ciao.
Complimenti.
Ti piace?
Sì. A me piace. Buona giornata.
Grazie a lei, grazie, se no.
Always something interesting to see here, huh? These are tarallis. You guys know what these are? All types of flavors. This is great as a little snack.
Buongiorno signora.
Buongiorno.
Allora, c'è del cavallino, prego.
This is unusual. Salami from horse meat. Oh, take a look at these breads. Beautiful. Mangoes and avocados from Sicily. And pomegranate. And over here are the mushrooms and all the pickled stuff, including olives, eggplant. Ooh, that's beautiful. Oh, look at that artichoke. So I have to tell you guys, this is not Sicilian, but from Puglia. Da Puglia, see? And that's where we were, up there. Came down here to the beautiful public garden here in Zaffarana. Look at this mortadella.
Se ci tirano una fetta
Provola.
di 100 grammi.
Wow, look at all these cheese. Pomegranate juice.
It wouldn't be vegan.
They're making the sandwich, and look at all the focaccia. This is pistachio pasta with a cream sauce, and what they do is they sprinkle the fresh pistachio on top. It's delicious and creamy. They did it right on here. Sometimes it's too dry, but it looks perfect. And this guy's doing baskets by hand. Buongiorno. Beautiful.
Walking canes. Oh, maybe I should get one. Yeah, handmade too. Look at that beautiful.
There's the boiling sugar syrup, and over here he's making an almond sweet. There's a special art that goes into doing this. Look at him. This is massive. I haven't seen this many people here since 2019. It is fantastic to see all Sicilians out here. Ciao. Families. Just walking around on a beautiful Sunday on the foothills of Mount Etna. And more sweets. Look at that pistachio cannoli. Questa è made out of rice. Sweet. Here they're making the crispelle of riso. Well, this one has Nutella. Usually they do it with the honey. Ooh, look at him. And here they're fried, just like a crispelle. Look at the bees that make the delicious Sicilian honey. And it goes on and on and on. 3 levels. Here's the middle level, and we were just up there. The fantastic thing about Ottobrata is that I love seeing all the families come out. It's every single Sunday, only in October. And then it's great to see handmade products still being made here in Sicily.
It's only on the Sundays in October. So if you're in Sicily, you're planning on coming to Sicily, those are the days you can come. Just the Sundays, the 4 Sundays. And for me, this last one that's going right now was jam-packed last Sunday, and I'm very happy to see that. There's been pent-up demand for the last 3 years. There wasn't one because of COVID, as we know, and it injects vital monies into Zafferana dell'Etna. So for me, I'm
the
happy.
surrounding area.
I'm happy to see that. The vendors were very busy. A lot of people there, huh?
A lot of people. But also not just the families coming out and all the people. It's great to see that handmade products are still being made in Sicily. Watching those men and women intricately working on their ware is beautiful.
Not only that, just the scenery is beautiful, the ambiance of a nice fall day, the chestnuts roasting, smelling the chestnuts, the sausage roll, the sausage cooking, and just the smell wafting around, and other things that they cook up over there. Free samples all over the place. People are handing out stuff all the time. It's the ambiance, as I said, it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite overall fall festival.
And it's very well organized as well.
Yes, good parking. Leave a little bit earlier because there's only two major ways to get in there. You know, as Zafferana, as you know, is right the last town before the Etna Park. So get there a little bit early. Give yourself from Catania a good 45 minutes to get there with the traffic and so forth. They'll direct you to parking. And that's it. You'll have a great time.
You know where the name Zafferana comes from?
What is the name Zafferana come from?
Saffron, because saffron was grown there for a long time.
Not only saffron, Esther, they have the best honey in my
Honey,
view. They have the
sweets.
best honey in Sicily. All different flavors, by the way. Eucalyptus, orange, lemon, chestnut.
Black bee.
Who? Black bee, yeah.
Black bee from Etna.
Infused with strawberries if you want, or peach, or all the different fruits that they have up there. That's number one. Their sausage is legendary. People drive up there just to buy the sausage. And the animals from the Nebrodi, especially the pork, the Nebrodi black pork. Whew.
Wait a sec, Nebrodi. Let's talk about the Etna pork.
The Etna pork. Well, yeah, but also that's the beginning of Nebrodi, isn't it? Sure. But the Etna pork is just good. And, of course, who can forget the mushrooms? The mushrooms.
The porcini
Who
mushroom.
can forget the mushrooms? It's just unbelievable.
All right. So
All right.
now, let's go now to Giuseppe Giufrida's Muska Museum. It's one of the most beautiful collections of Sicilian cards. Sicilian cards have been used here for centuries, and they were used to transport people, things, olives, wine, people, all types of things to the mountains. Then it was also used to sell products on the street. And this is a great little tidbit. Each person hand decorated their carts to attract customers. So there was really a drive to make them the most beautiful cards. Now they're only used for festivals and to admire them. So let's go to the Sicilian Card Museum.
We have two kinds of Sicilian cards, for work and for parade, for festival. This is a masterpiece. Was commissioned in 1956. It not painting because the owner want to show how it's fine the carving work. Was carved by Ignazio Russo, considered the best sculpture in Catania for this tradition. You can see Orlando, the main character. He falls in love to Angelica, but Angelica, she doesn't love him. So probably the best book about Sicilian card. This book helped me a lot for this collection, for my study. This man was Ignazio Russo, who made that card. He carved that card. Was considered the best sculpture in Catania for this kind of decoration.
These Sicilian carts were used for centuries to carry people, food, wine, produce, all types of things around Sicily. And today they're used for festivals, also for weddings, and each one is hand-painted. Unfortunately, this is a dying art here in Sicily, and one of the oldest artists, 102 years old, Mauro from Acci San Antonio, just died 8 years ago. And our friend Giuseppe Giufrida started this collection in memory of his grandfather, who used to do this type of work all over Sicily. Via Grande.
Of color of painting in Catania was Domenico Di Mauro. He died in 2016 at 102 years old. Or like Jasmine, or the only decoration inside.
Giuseppe's collection here just keeps growing and growing. He recently got this book from 1833. It's a diary written by a French writer who was here in Sicily, and this was one of the oldest written evidences of the carts being used here in Sicily.
Petit charrette, a small cart, a little cart, monté sur un cieux, up so an high axle, wooden axle, très élevé, very very high. Elles sont presque tout peintes en bleu, all painted, blue painted, avec l'image de la Vierge et de quelques saints sur le panneau, with the Virgin and the saints painted on the side panel. The horses have the harness like ancient Romans warriors with a plume. So this is the first testimony of Sicilian Card decorated.
Tell me again, how did you find that ancient book?
So I find the ancient book on internet. I studied the story of Sicilian Card when this kind of decoration started, and it started in 1933. Is right in the diary of Gonzalo.
1833.
1833, yeah. And you can see this on the diary of Gonzalo de Nervo, a French baron who came in Sicily and described the Sicilian card in his diary.
Can you tell me the difference between the Palermo and Catania cards?
So, in Palermo, we have the main color is yellow. The side panel is trapezoidal. The element of decoration are inspired from Arabic culture. In Catania, the side panel is rectangular. The main color is red, and the element of decoration are inspired from Baroque. This is the difference between the two.
Of all these cards, which one is your favorite?
Another hard question. The collection is my favorite collection.
They're all your babies.
Yeah. I can't choose. I can't.
A woodworker, a painter.
Yeah. Painter, sculpture, the blacksmith.
It takes a long time to put one of these together.
A year of work.
I know Mauro was one of the last ones, San Antonio, in Acci San Antonio. Is there anyone else that you know doing some work like this?
Yeah, the best bottega of Sicilian Card right now is on Ragusa. They're the Biagio and Damiano still now painting Sicilian Card. They are the best.
Giuseppe, I have to tell you, I know your grandfather is smiling down at you.
Yeah,
he is probably,
I hope.
Of course, he's smiling. So when will you stop buying things?
Never.
They've been using carts like this on the island for centuries, but it wasn't until the 19th century that they actually started putting pictures and stories on all of them, making them very colorful. And one reason was, besides carrying goods and people all over the place, they were selling things, so they wanted to attract the customers. So let's see, which cart would you go to buy your fruits and vegetables? This one or this one? So it was sort of a competition also between the families. And then it was in that book, in 1833, that was the first written evidence that they were painting beautiful, intricate pieces on Sicilian cards. Very unusual.
The draw from this magazine, because it was a popular magazine, so customers become interested close. They move close to the Sicilian Card for see the story. The owner can sell stuff more easy. So the exil box. So the exil, we call it exil box because it's a wooden box where the iron axle passed through. From a magazine, postcard, photo like this. This is for the Second World War, the mission on Ethiopia, Italian military mission on Ethiopia. So this is a magazine from 1935. They copied the draw, the painter, the sculpture, and the blacksmith. See, don't be angry. Life is short. Don't forget it. Shut up, jealous. It's a message to the other owners.
How do you say in Sicilian?
So, non t'arrabbiare, la vita è breve e non si deve dimenticare. Taci invidioso. The only woman that dedicated her life for the decoration Sicilian Card.
What was her name?
Nerina Chiarenza. It's Catania style, Baroque element.
This is called the key of the Sicilian Card, and this is the axis. The axis box is also intricately decorated, all of them. Imagine what it takes to make one of these. Look at the artwork.
So in the Sicilian Card, you can see a lot of story, religious story or popular story. But the most popular story is the Chanson de Roland, the main story, the same story of Sicilian puppets theater. So the story of Charlemagne, King Carlomagne, French warriors who defend their land against Saracen warriors. And you can see other stories like Napoleon or the life of Jesus Christ. Popular story to attract the customers and sell wine, fruit, oil more easily. So to attract the customers.
And this is Giuseppe's father's card collection. Which one is the oldest one in here?
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
How old is that?
1959.
And this one?
1960.
And here's a red Alfa Romeo. These are Giuseppe's father's toys.
Yeah.
Yes. This is them using the Sicilian cart to transport wine. Look at the guy with the umbrella to protect himself from the sun. This is Giuseppe's grandfather, and when Dolce Gabbana came here, they replicated that exact scene without even having seen this picture. So this is Dolce Gabbana in Taormina. And look, the exact same scene, except with the musicians, as an advertising for their Sicilian Card products. Look how young Giuseppe looks here. So was it fun when Dolce Gabbana were here and using the cards?
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, especially when I met Monica Bellucci.
Oh, that was a big day.
Yeah.
And so why do you continue crafting all these cards? What's your mission?
My mission is continue to tell the story of this tradition in memory of my grandfather for celebrate him the Sicily. So I continue to collect Sicilian card, other pieces around the world, and made exhibition for this tradition for my land.
Giuseppe talks about
this collection in memory of his grandfather, who unfortunately he never met. He died when Giuseppe was 1 year old. But the other thing is that he wants to do this collection for his land. He said it, for Sicily, to preserve the history and this very important custom.
Carattino or Coretti, as they're called, either one. You can call them Sicilian Cards if you want. They're pretty pricey. If you want to get one into the United States, you can expect to pay between 7,000 or 15 to 15,000 euro plus transportation to get them over there.
But they also has the little ones.
Yeah, they have the baby ones, but why are they so expensive? They're expensive because they're made by 3 different artisans. You've got a metal worker, you've got a woodworker, and you have an artist doing their craft.
And someone who assembles it for
well,
people.
Yeah. And usually, what you want to do is you want to check on the back, make sure it's signed, all right? And do you know that they also had a very famous opera, a one-act opera in Sicily, Cavaliera Rusticana, which, by the way, the protagonist, Torridu, and the other protagonist, Affiu, who killed Torridu, Affiu had his own cart business, transportation business. You guys know this opera. If you watch the third Godfather 3, that was the opera that Michael Corleone's son was singing in. So it's a great historic thing.
The decorations vary from card to card. The most popular one is the Song of Roland. But you're right, Alfred, all of the cards have different themes and stories that they like to portray.
Well, not only Le Chazon de Roland, as they say, and of course he was killed in that, old Charlemagne's. He was one of the Charlemagne guys. Don't forget the Columbus expeditions. There's a lot of them depicting Columbus. And now I have a question
and
for
World
you.
War II,
Yeah,
and also Via Grande, Catania soccer, so many different themes. But the important thing is that they all tell a story. And you have to take your time to look and watch and imagine back to medieval times. And that is the most beautiful thing.
Well, wait a minute. Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
Why don't you tell the viewers what is the big difference between carts on the East Coast, especially in the province of Catania, versus carts on the West Coast, those found in Palermo?
The sides are different, the colors are different, but also Ragusa, it has a very particular type. So they all have different styles that they do them in. It's a tradition that has been going on here for hundreds, maybe thousands of years, Alfred.
Well, listen, a cart is a cart. Romans came over here in carts. Let's not forget that. But, speaking about those carts, though, and since we are talking about them, in every souvenir shop, you can buy a little one to bring back with you to the States, ranging from a 15 euro to all the way up to 150 euro, depending on the size. Do not buy the plastic ones. If you're going to bring something back from Sicily, spend $20 and get yourself made with the wood and the feathers, and you can put it in your living room, and it'll last for years and years and years.
Good memory, a very typical symbol of Sicily.
And while we're talking about that, Esther, and you're talking about Le Chazon de Roland, why don't you pick up a puppet? Those depict the actual battles, okay?
They still have places
Roland,
that they have those.
Yeah, you've got all those people there, Charlemagne, Roland, and all the people there that kind of like defeated the Saracen invaders in Spain and France and here in Sicily.
They all tell a story.
They all tell the story.
And they're all handmade, if you get the right one. Anyway, are you excited to go back to the States?
I'm all packed, aren't I? Yeah, I'm
when you're watching this, Alfred will already be in the United
I'm
States.
only going
just
for
a little bit.
A very quick time. I have a bunch of critically important appointments over there, and just 14 days I'm going over there. Enough to see the kids, the grandkids, buy a lobster, eat it, buy a steak,
eat
it, see some friends of mine, which I'm looking forward to. And meanwhile, Esther will be holding down the fort. And then guess what? When I come back,
I go. But we
She
will
goes.
continue our regular Sunday programming, so stay tuned. It's such an honor for me to bring you all these beautiful places and share Sicily with you. I hope you've been enjoying it. If you have, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our channel, hit the like, and all that good stuff. We thank you.
I have one more comment to make, if you don't mind. I've received 7 emails this week based on our last 2 or 3 videos we've done, going back to one's ancestral town. As we saw this week, the week before, people
We had Father Chris going back to Termini Meresi.
Yep.
We had Candace going to Adrano. Before that, we had Philip and Polizzi Generosa. Really a pilgrimage to reunite with their ancestral hometown.
You know, if you would like to come here, or if you are planning on coming here, you should take us with you, sponsor the video. We will do a beautiful video on you and your family's background. And as evidence, just look at the other ones. The emotional feeling that you're going to have by having it on video, in memorial, because don't forget, the internet is forever. You will never forget it. So contact Esther if you're planning on coming for a trip here. They're not that expensive, and maybe I can help you track down some of your relatives if there's a birth certificate or
your ancestral home.
Or something like that.
It's really one of the most rewarding things for me to
not
bring
too many people do it. So that's what I wanted to say.
On that note, thank you so much for watching. Ching ching to you, ching ching to Alfred.
Grazie.
By the time you're watching this, he's in the States and I'm already missing him. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on another episode.
Se benedica a tutti.
And Sicily.
Ciao ciao.
Ciao.